Good morning. Okay, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm here at Boulder, UK, and I'm here with Sweety, Alex Sweet. So very new to climbing, not climbed much at all before. So because I can't climb, which is really frustrating because as you can see there's a big comp wall behind me. It's just been set for some England under 18s apparently. So I would actually love to get on this, but I'm not going to be doing that. I'm going to be mainly coaching today. There's a couple of other lads as well, but it's mainly Alex that we're going to be talking through some techniques with. So yeah. Little intro for yourself,
Time to learn. Not done any climbing before. Excited to see what we can do, what we can learn.
Yeah, brilliant. So, yeah, I'll shout out your socials at the end probably. But yeah, Alex, very sporty, very outdoorsy. He's got an outdoor Instagram channel, which is called
Sweet Escapes.
Sweet Escapes. So go check that out. Make sure to go and follow it as well. But yeah, we're just going to jump in the video. I'm mainly going to be coaching. I might do some one-arm climbing, but I'm not going to really climb at all because my hand, like I said, is frustrating, but it is what it is. So I hope you enjoy this one. Yeah, nice mate, come on.
Oh, I'm not enjoying that.
Go on, get your feet up. Get your feet up, the right foot.
So which?
Well, the one above it.
Yeah, but then where can I hold? Just this?
Yep, lean into it. Just trust your left foot more than anything else. Yeah, there you go. Easy. So you're gonna get two hands to it.
No. Nah, not yet. Only pick down.
No, you can't come down well with me.
Okay.
Although there's not much to help.
There's not much else to help you. You're better off getting to the top, mate. Okay, well, let's get on it. What's your thoughts initially about that?
It's all right when I've got somewhere to put my feet.
Yeah.
I find balance is actually quite hard up here.
Yeah.
I definitely feel like I'm holding myself with my hands rather than like leaning into the wall.
Yeah. So that's a pretty common thing for most climbers. So when people first start out, they tend to pull themselves up the wall. What you want to be doing is pushing yourself up the wall as much as you can, and your hands are more just for balance. So it looked like you obviously had your left foot on here, you had your right foot on here, and you couldn't reach the hold.
Yeah.
And it might have felt different up there, but all you had to do was get your right foot onto this, which I think you did. But then you didn't trust standing up on that.
Yeah, I didn't feel like I had the trust, definitely not to go two hands.
Yeah. So it's a case of a few things really. So utilising the hold as best as possible. So it's quite a poor pinch. It's quite difficult to hold on to. So there is one to the left of it, which might be a little bit easier to hold on to, just to lean into it. And then you can push hard with your left foot and up with the right. And then you actually got into that position, but it was completely mental. You got a little bit scared, I assume, that you were going to fall. And that's why you didn't commit to it. But obviously this wall leans away from you. So try and lean into that as much as possible.
So I'd be trying to get my chest almost like on the wall.
Exactly, yeah. As much weight forward as possible. And there's a couple of other subtle things like your foot placement.
Yeah.
So your foot on that hold was sideways. If you pivot your foot this way, what that will do is bring your heel further out, which means there's a bigger gap between your body and the wall for you to lean into.
Okay.
Does that make sense? So if you stand a little bit further out and turn your foot this way, then you'll be able to lean further in and go up for the hold. So we can try that again to see if you can do it there.
Okay.
Yeah, nice man, come on. Yeah. Come on.
So more More out.
Then lean your body weight to the right and get your right foot up. Or you can, there you go.
I feel like I'm quite far from the wall there.
There you go, mate. Perfect. Awesome. First ever boulder, how did it feel?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And in terms of what you did differently, what did you actually do differently? Do you think anything?
I definitely placed my foot differently on this one, although I didn't do it initially, so I kind of hopped onto it.
Yeah.
As you say, I guess I probably should have looked up before I did the first time.
Yeah.
And I saw, and you pointed out that one. Yeah, I tried to lean a bit more forward. Definitely felt more secure.
I think the main thing is that mentally you just trusted it a bit more. You were in a very, very similar position by the time your 2 feet were up, but this time, rather than kind of panicking, you just stayed on it, were confident, and just trusted your feet, and then you could just lean and reach up. I think that's the only thing that changed. Body position a little bit more into the wall, and then you trusted it. You didn't sort of hesitate or anything, you just committed. So, yeah.
Definitely feel like I can get more weight forward, probably.
Yeah, yeah. Good start though. We'll move on to something else now. I might see if I can do this one-handed. I might not be able to do it, I don't know. It's going to be a different sequence of movement for me with one hand. But yeah, we'll see if we can do it. I don't actually know what grade this is. Is this a V1 or 0 or something? V1. V1. So we'll see. Just about. Okay, we're going to go into this black V1 now as well. So it starts down here, 2 hands on this hold, a lot of feet as you can see, and then hands all the way up to the top hold up here. So Sweety's just going to talk through what he's sitting, what he's reading, what are you thinking?
So they're looking relatively nicely placed left and right for kind of feet going back up.
Yep.
Obviously the wall's coming out a bit here, so it'll probably be a tough lean back in. But then quite nice, the handholds look quite nice.
Yep.
They're not huge for feet, but it's kind of like relatively a ladder.
Exactly
We'll
that.
see,
So,
I guess there's a little one over there.
yeah, little foothold there as well. So I think the main thing, the last one is a little bit trickier to read in my mind than this one. This one's a bit more straightforward. It's very much like you say, a ladder, left, right, left, right, left, right. The feet are a little bit smaller, so you're going to have to be more precise with those. Make sure you place your feet well.
Toes on?
Toes on, ideally, yep. So just a little thing with that. A lot of people that start off do side foot. They place the side of their foot on because that means more of their foot is on the hold. But you get used to using just your toe and just putting a lot of weight through that. What that allows you to do is pivot your foot. So when I'm stuck in here, if I want to then move kind of this way, I'm stuck. Whereas when my toes on, I can rotate and pivot my foot on the hold entirely. So it allows me to be more mobile on the wall.
Okay, and how do you know this is the two? Are they all 2 hands on when they're like this?
2 hands on that one, yes, because where the 2 tags are. So there's a 1 and 2. So that's the 2 tags. If they were on separate places, like on the blue, that's one hand. Make sense?
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, 2 hands start on that. But yeah, just let you jump into it, mate, see how it goes.
All right.
Really good, come on mate. Easy.
What am I touching?
You're already there. You've done it. Man found it so easy he didn't realise it was at the top already.
That one was alright, that was way better.
No, that was, very different style. It's much more like you say, like a ladder, so easier to climb up. But yeah, made that look easy. Any other thoughts other than that was a lot easier?
No, yeah, they're all sticking out quite a lot. I found that quite grippy. I think once I got good handholds, I feel quite comfortable.
Yeah, perfect. And I think for you, quite naturally, you're not fighting with your arms. A lot of people that start have like really bent arms and they're trying to force their way up the wall with their arms. You're a bit more relaxed, leaning back. You want to kind of climb, for the most part, with straight arms because it takes a lot of strain out of your forearms and your arms as well. So yeah, that was really good.
Nice.
I'll see if I can do this one one-handed. I'm sure I can. It looks pretty easy, so we shall see. It's a good bit of dead point in practice for me, since I can't use my other hand. Making sure I get the momentum right. On these, obviously easier climbs, big jogs to aim for. I kind of get away with poor accuracy, but that was quite precise. But if we do some more difficult climbs later, I'm going to have to be really precise with my dead point, my momentum into the wall, and also obviously actually catching the hold in the right place so I don't miss it. But yeah, good fun with one hand. Okay, we're going to move on to this V2 now. It's the blue holds. Starts with 2 hands on this. Got a big jug in here. Yeah, there's sets of feet in this, and then some interesting features holds all the way up to the top, right in the top left as well. So, what are your thoughts, mate? How are you reading this one?
Again, quite nicely spread out, I guess laddery. They look like they got some good holds. This bit's probably a bit unsighted coming over. But yeah, it looks relatively comfortable. These are quite small for feet, but I guess you can always get onto them after.
Yeah, definitely.
It'll be interesting going up sideways at the top.
Yeah, I think the top should be okay. I actually think the crux is going to be coming out of here somewhat, maybe. Because obviously it's a bit more overhanging, so a little bit more weight through the hands. So technically you want to have really good body tension, a lot of weight through the feet as much as you can to get up. I think getting up to these holds will be okay, but getting up to that one might be a little bit more tricky. So you just have to think through what you're doing with your feet. Just take the strain off your hands, but yeah, go for it. Yeah, that's it, perfect, come on. Nice. Oh. Yes, man.
Am I down?
You're a natural, mate. You're a natural. Easy. How do you find that?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah?
There's one bit here, I think when I went 1 foot off initially, that was slightly unplanned.
Yeah. No, mate, it looked good though. It looked like
I think if I've got
read it quite
holds.
well. Yeah. No, that was good. Really good. Like you say, the difficulty I think was when he came out, you can't see where your feet are. So I think once you found this hold, you were okay. But you were looking for it for a little while, trying to find out where to put your feet. But as soon as you got that on, you were up nice and easy. So yeah, solid. Okay, so in this gym there is an awesome wall feature. I don't know what this is called, but this just hangs from the ceiling, and a lot of the roots start underneath. I cannot stress how much I want to climb this, but I just can't. But Sweety, we're going to be bold. We're going to try this V4, this blue tag one, the pink holds. So it starts with 2 hands under here. All the holds are very juggy. But yeah, it's a bit of a campus to begin with, really. I think will probably be the easiest way of doing it. And it comes out on this side, up to a hand on here, and there's a foot on the volume just there to use. And then yeah, a jug here. That looks a bit more like a sloper. And then there's an undercling, and then a big pinch, and then up to the top hold. So yeah, it's a really cool looking route. Like I say, Sweety's going to try this. I can't because of my finger, which is really painful, because I actually really desperately want to try this because it looks like a lot of fun. But yeah, I think Sweety's going to give this a really good go, get up to the top. I think the crux is going to be once he comes out and his hands on this hold, coming into the undercling and up to the pinch. I think that's going to be a bit of a crux. But yeah, we'll see how he goes.
Are you ready?
Yep. Love that, come on. Oh God, come on. Love that, Sweety. You've got to stand up into your foot, really good. Come on, mate. Come on.
That much grip here.
Come on, man, get your foot up. So good. Come on.
Is that slopey up top, do you think?
I think it's okay if you get it in the right spot above the bolt. Yes. Oh, unreal. Oh, that's class, man. Oh. How'd it feel?
It was good. The not knowing if that was slopey or not was quite scary.
Yep.
Because I feel like if I jumped for that and it was just something slippy, I wouldn't have been in a good position because it wasn't the strongest base, so it felt quite far away.
Yep.
But if I knew if I was to do it again, I feel like that'd be so much better knowing that it's slopey.
Yes. Yep. And that was the hardest
It's
bit for
good,
you?
yeah. I slipped at one point here and was holding on, but no, otherwise it was okay.
Well, mate, that's a V4 and you flashed it, so that is pretty damn good on your first day of climbing. So it's very much your style. I think, yeah, made that look pretty simple, to be honest with you. So.
The pinch, it didn't have tons of grip. I don't know if that's just grip strength stuff. Yeah,
it could be linked to that. It's a very unique thing to do. It's not kind of something you do in the gym or whatever. So, yeah, it's a unique bit of grip there. But yeah, nicely done.
That was good fun.
Okay, Sweet's just going to move into something a bit more difficult now. It's a V3. Starts with 2 hands on these. A bit more crimpy this. A lot less to hold on to, as you can see.
Level of pressure.
It's the same story basically all the way up. There's a foothold at the bottom. A few volumes in here to use his feet. And then, yeah, crimpy holds all the way up, except for this one as well, which is a bit more slopey, juggy, and then up to the top hold here, and he's got a little foot chip to use as well, so should be a good tester for him. What are you thinking, Sweet? How are you going to do it?
Again, it's like quite nicely spread out, so I think relying on the arms a little bit. I haven't really used any volumes yet, so I might stick a foot on this at some point before trying to get up to that one. If I can get a foot up the outside of here, that's actually quite a nice hold in the slope.
Yep.
So you can hopefully get some grip out of that, maybe get a leg over here.
Yep.
And then right foot on that one to try and push up to those two. Again, slightly worried about that top one because I can't see how grippy it is.
Yep, from looking where I'm seeing, it looks like it's a jug. I think you'll be all right now.
Yeah, we'll see.
But yeah, go for it.
Oh. Have I got to start here?
Yep. Nice, man. Come on. Come on. Really good, man.
I can climb these down, yeah?
That is class. Yeah. You can come down with any holds. They're just easier. Nicely done, mate. What were you thinking?
Yeah, it's good actually. These from the ground looked a lot grippier than they were.
Yep.
But I think just enough. This was quite a nice platform to stand on.
Yep.
And actually the top bit I think was better than this initial bit.
Yep.
Yeah, it's good.
I've got to say, from what I saw, even the way you read the route as well, very natural in terms of what you're thinking of, a bit of a natural climber, I'm not even joking. So the way you were saying about catching the juggy hold here, in terms of body positioning, coming over the top to pull the hold in the right direction, and then just the way you're actually climbing on the wall, very efficient. You're not fighting up there, you're using your feet a lot. Yeah, mate, really impressed if this is genuinely the first time I've ever climbed.
Yeah, no, it's quite fun.
There you go, mate, absolutely smashing it. Okay, Sweet is going to move now onto this V4. It's just an overhang in here. It's a little bit more tricky than the last one, I think. It starts with 2 hands on this hold. This is going to be more technical. And then there's a foothold there to use. And then it comes up to a big nice little jug up here, which you can match. Get a foot on there, hand up to here to match as well, and then up to this one. And there's a side pull, and then this little squiggly hold. There's quite a few of these here, they're quite cool, I've not really seen these before. And then another hold there, and this is where the hands get a bit smaller than the last roots, up to this hold here, and then the second last to bump to the top. So should be a good little challenge for him. We'll see how he gets on, but yeah, see how it goes. What are you thinking?
I think this overhanging bit's going to be quite tough to get over, just because all my weight's going to be underneath me. I like the look of these holes, they're all decently grippy. That might be a struggle, I think, this S.
Yep.
But I think, yeah, just take it slow, manoeuvre on each bit and take it as it comes. I think that bit's going to be the tricky bit, trying to get over, probably on the same thing, both hands, whilst it's coming back at us.
Yeah, definitely.
But we'll see.
I do think this one's a lot more technical, but yeah, we'll see how you go. You've been very technically good so far, so see what you can do, mate.
All right. So both hands on here to start.
Yeah.
God.
Come on. Very good, mate. Get those feet back up. Come on. Nice. Come on. Come on, man.
Grip strength is going.
Come on. Oh. Hey, that's actually a really good effort, genuinely, that's class. Yeah, you really were patient, you figured out your feet at the bottom, you did that really well. Yeah, tricky section to figure out the sequence. Obviously a lot to read, and it is quite a big move coming up to that squiggly hold that's not got much to hold on to. There's a couple things we can do with your body position that I'll talk through in a second. But as a first go, that was really good, man, really good. Yes, there's a couple subtle things. I mean, for the most part, mate, it was really good in here. The way you use your feet on the holds, you're pushing in the right directions, kind of opposing to where the holds are, which keeps you nice and balanced to come up. I think you were right to match these, as you did, then go up to here. Basically, I think you did most of it right. It was a little bit clumsy, but for your first go, it was absolutely smooth as anything. And up to you got your two hands here, and you went with your left hand to the hold there. I don't think you necessarily want to do that. I think you want to lock off your left arm on this hold. And you nearly did it, but you didn't quite. But I want to see next time, if you put your right foot on here, and then you flag your left foot on the wall. So you're pushing into the wall here. That's going to stop you from swinging out this way from the wall. Keep you balanced, and you can go up with your right hand to this hold. And then from there you can match, and then get your feet up. Does that make sense?
Yep. Yeah, I still think it's tough to grip that one, but
it is. It's a much smaller hold, and that's, I think, your biggest weakness, really. The way you're climbing technically is very good, but obviously your finger strength, because you've never done climbing before, is obviously lacking. So that's your limiting factor for now. But yeah, obviously just rest up and then go from there. And yeah, I'm sure you'll get a bit further next time. Okay, Sweety's just going to try in isolation now. The maybe fell off, so give him some little pointers to do a little drop knee where his left foot is now, and get his right foot onto it. Yep, and drop his knee in and get his hips in and flag on the wall. So then move up statically with the right hand. And there you go. Ye of little faith. He just said, I don't think I'm going to do it though. And he obviously has. Nice. I told you would. Okay, I'm just going to try this V3 with one hand. It's going to be very technical. A lot of feet, a lot of pressure through the feet, balancing through the feet. But because it's a slab, I think I'll get away with just using one hand for balance. And the angle of the holds and things like that should be quite beneficial for that. So I'm just going to try it now. See how we go. Just not using this finger. Maybe 2 hands. Well, ended up definitely being 2 hands, but I didn't really use much in this. It was more for balance. I didn't use these fingers. But yeah, I tell you what, it's so much harder in rental shoes. Obviously didn't bring my climbing stuff because I wasn't really planning on or meant to be climbing. But I feel so clumsy in these. My footwork feels awful. And yeah, it was very messy coming into here, foot swaps. But yeah, glad to do it, even though it was with 1 hand and 3 fingers. Okay, now here with Andy as well, our tour guide from the hiking trip yesterday. He is going to climb this one as well as Sweety on this V3 orange. So the whole purpose of doing this essentially is just to show you the difference in different styles and the way you'll climb differently based on your size. So Andy, obviously quite a big size difference in terms of reach and height between him and Sweety. So the way they'll climb this is going to be very different. So the way that they're going to try to complete it will be very different, and the tips that I'll give both of them will likely vary slightly. So that's the point of this. But yeah, Andy's going to jump on first and then we'll see how he gets on. Look at that span. Yeah, that's it, come on. Come on. Yes, mate, really good. Lovely. Come on, Andy. Nice, man. Come on. Yeah, well held. Come on. Whoa. Come on, Andy. Come on, man. Yes. Come on, Andy. Come on. Oh, so close. Oh, mate, that's such a good effort.
Getting sweaty palms up there. Let's go, we've got to go, we've got to go now.
Well, I think this is where your height comes in and it's more tricky for you, because you're on these holds up here. Obviously you want to have quite straight arms leaning into them so that you can hold them nicely. Because you're tall, when your feet are on these holds down here, your body weight's a lot higher up. So for you, I think you need to get a bit lower, bend your knees a bit more in that area. That's where it's difficult for me with my flexibility. I think it might be similar for you. When you get lower, you're going to push yourself away from the wall a bit more. But I think it will allow your hands to be a little bit nicer so you can then reach across a bit more stably. But really good effort, mate. Really close. Really good. Nice, man, come on. Nice, Sweety. Come on. Come on, man. Yes.
The quickest route down. Get down the yellow ones.
Yeah, yellow holds, mate. Quickest is to jump, but I wouldn't say that's the best option necessarily.
That's a great effort.
Nicely done.
Sweaty palms just watching that.
That was
heavy
class.
breathing out of that. Just.
No, mate, really good. Like I said before, your technique is really, really very impressive for someone that's never climbed. The way you're positioning your feet and placing them on these holds as you went up, very precise, using your toes, not your side foot. You took your time a lot. Yeah, got to say that is really impressive. The main thing that's quite funny to see and interesting based on the two different styles is how Andy can obviously span between these two holds to start, whereas Alex and I, we can't, me and Sweety. So we matched this hold first to then reach over. Bit of a big difference. But yeah, just goes to show there's different ways of doing the route. But no, that was impressive, man. Really well done. Okay, there's a purple V2 over here. I'm just going to try and do this with one hand. It looks quite nice because it's obviously my right hand. Foot down here, volume here, foot hold here. That's where it starts. Two hands on this. But the reason I like the look of this one is because there's a lot of left way pulling holds. So right hand only should be pretty doable up to the top hold on that. So yeah, jump into this one. It's probably going to be the last climb that I do. It's been very, very tough to not climb with my left hand. But yeah, I'll jump into this one and see how it goes. Just about made it. Yeah, nice man, come on.
That felt cheeky.
That was perfect, mate. I love that. Oh, Andy, can you stand like 3 meters that way so you look like the same height as us? Yeah, there you go. I'm joking. Cool, that's the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Quite a frustrating session for me personally, obviously. There's so many cool routes here at Boulder, UK. I'm not going to be back here very often at all because it's obviously quite a long way from where I live in London. But yeah, tough one for me. It's a bit like cooking a lovely T-bone steak rare and hanging it in front of a dog and telling it not to eat it. That's how I felt today, so that was quite tough. But yeah, it's good to watch these guys climb. Really impressed with both of them. Absolute levers over here, obviously, absolute limbs. And then Sweety, first time climbing, I couldn't believe how good that you were technically today. That was very impressive. So
thank you, mate.
Yeah, hope you guys both enjoyed it.
Sure.
Yeah,
thanks for coming on, for being on the video. It was good
Thanks
fun.
for the tips and tricks.
No worries, mate. But yeah, you obviously got a few of those last night before you came in. You watched a few videos.
You know, so Crow Climbs sorted me out.
There we go. But yeah, thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Really helps me out loads. But as always, most importantly, make sure you grab like by the plums, and I'll see you in the next one.